Good evening and welcome to St. Thomas Aquinas High School in Overland Park. Tonight's Hy-Vee High School game of the week. We've got boys EKL basketball and a Catholic rivalry game as we've got St. James Academy taking on St. Thomas Aquinas. Kevin Wyke and Mark Huppy and our entire Spectrum Sports broadcasting crew bringing you the Friday night hoops for you. And we've got a good rivalry game, Coach. These teams have got off to a little bit of a slow start as they're now getting their full rosters in full tilt. And I guess it doesn't really matter where these teams play or win. They'll always get after one another.
There's no question, Kevin. They're the two biggest Catholic schools in Johnson County. As you said, great rivalry in all sports, not just basketball, football, soccer, all the sports. Both teams expect to go 9 to 10 players deep, working on rotations, defining roles.
And, of course, this will be a special night as we celebrate the life of Jim Maher. Time now for the Hy-Vee player profile, and we'll start with the big guy, the sophomore, Sam Summerhalder of St. James Academy.
Well, Sam is a sophomore. He's a 6'7" kid. Got third team all EKL as a sophomore year. Again, he's long. He really runs the floor, finishes in transition. The kid really loves to hoop.
And on the St. Thomas Aquinas side, another sophomore. This is Will Roast.
Will's the son of a coach, played a lot last year as a freshman. Again, it's off to a strong start his sophomore year, Kevin. He's getting 17 a game so far.
St. Thomas Aquinas taking on St. James Academy. Boys EKL basketball in the Hy-Vee High School game of the week. And we're back with the starting lineups and opening tip-off right after this. The game of the week is brought to you by Hy-Vee. They're proud to support Kansas City High School athletics. December Friday night in Overland Park, St. Thomas Aquinas High School, and an early EKL matchup against their rivals from Lenexa, St. James Academy. Should be a good night of basketball as we meet our coaches. For the Thunder in his 8th year is Stan Dom. He's behind those maroon jerseys there. And, of course, he led this team to the state tournament in 2018. He's a native of the Wichita area. Father was a head coach back in the day and also has a son now playing. So he's got the full effect. Spencer is a freshman and plays also on the sophomore basketball team. There's Stan right there. And his starting lineup, Cahill, Hawthorne, Claiborne, Lynch, and Summerhalder is a junior. We said he was a sophomore, I beg your pardon. He had a huge sophomore year as he averaged 12 points and 8 rebounds and was third team all EKL. But he is now a junior, and we correct that. And then the former Saint himself, Jacob Coopersmith. He's in his 3rd year, a 2006 grad, a very good teacher here. Teaches high-level biology. And here's his starting lineup. Tank Young working his way back, the football star. And they've got Gavin, Roast, Aleos, and Antonio. And no jump ball in Kansas. It'll be played in from the side. And St. James in the red and blue, facing the home whites of St. Thomas Aquinas. What should we expect early on here, Coach?
Well, I'm really shocked that St. Thomas Aquinas came out in the zone tonight. Coach Coopersmith's always been a hard man-to-man disciple. He talked about switching things up a little bit. Let's see how the Thunder attack this zone.
Very patient set. Team does not turn over the ball. Here's Hawthorne, and he buries a 3 out of the corner, and he was their leading scorer in a Tuesday win at Olathe North and comes out hot early on.
Oh, Brian Hawthorne had a sensational freshman year last year, started every game down the stretch for the Thunder. Big 3 to get things rolling here.
Good ball movement, setting up a 3 out of the corner, in and out, no good by Aleos, and we got an early foul. And it's going to be on Hawthorne of St. James.
Oh, and there you see the number 23, Will Roast again. His dad, John Roast, a former coach here at St. Thomas Aquinas, a longtime assistant coach to Donnie Campbell out of Blue Valley West, and his son, Will, is a sophomore, as we said, getting about 17 a game in the first 4 games this year. He's quicker, he's faster, he's stronger. definitely a developing game there. Went to the offensive board. Looked like he got both of them down.
Following in his brother's footsteps, Joe was a very good player here, now as a pitcher at Rockhurst University. Early turnover by the Thunder. Here's Tank Young driving and scoring.
Oh, that's Tank's game too, Kevin. Get him out in transition. Usually he's a pass first point. Took it all the way to the cup there for 2.
Tank down to Washburn, Northwest Missouri State, and as a preferred walk-on at Oklahoma State, play college football as a running back. Here's Summerhalder, and he banks and scores.
Oh, that's exactly where Sam likes to get the ball, in that short post there in the short corner again. Very clever inside, great footwork, good length on the finish there.
And 2 early fouls now on Brian Hawthorne, and he's going to check out of the lineup as Matt McIntyre jumps off the Thunder bench.
A little inexperience there on the part of Brian Hawthorne there with his second foul there early on. Here we're going to see the Thunder again trying to play a little inside out. Summerholder 6-7 inside. Nice job off the board there for 2.
Jumper off the mark by Gavin. Thunder with the rebound, run the other way. They play a nice pass inside, and a good look there by Summerhalder finding Garrett Lynch.
Oh, again, Garrett, big, strong inside. Nice hands there again. A space eater inside. Sam Fanfare easy too.
And now the steal. McIntyre with the poke away. Cahill to the rack. Layup good. Tank Young in transition back the other way. Well, we know his speed on the football field. Now we see it on the basketball court.
Oh, there's no question, Kevin. His game definitely translates to the hardwood right here again.
All-time leading rusher at St. Thomas Aquinas. 3rd overall in state history. McIntyre, a good outside shooter. And the rebound taken by St. Thomas Aquinas. Aleos with the spin and scored. Garrett Aleos.
Well, Garrett, the Blue Valley North transfer, didn't even play basketball last year, Kevin. And again, Coach Cooper Smith talked about his work ethic. Really happy with his progress so far his senior year.
Long 3, reined in by Michael Cahill.
Oh, that's Michael. He's been at St. James Academy forever. Started as a freshman. Again, a catch-and-shoot kid. Honorable mention All-EKL last year.
Trying to answer the shot off the mark this time by Gavin. Thunder playing quickly. Claiborne, the football wide receiver, no. Summerhalder banks and scores. Timeout, St. Thomas Aquinas. Great start for the Thunder on the road.
Oh, no question. Looked like the Thunder out in transition. That's exactly what Coach Tom wants to do. Play faster than they have in the past. Again, here we see a little kick out. That's Michael Cahill's catch and shoot range. Again, he's going to shoot a good percentage there. On the backside here, Tyler Claiborne pushing it all the way. They're not going to check me. I'm getting all the way to the cup. Couldn't finish, but again, that's his running mate, Sam Summerholder, for 2. It's interesting, Kevin. Summerholder, Lynch, and Claiborne, all of them went to the same grade school. Big wins, and in the Catholic community, the CYO League is really big, and they got the 7th grade championship, 8th grade championship, and here they are as sophomores all started together, and now they're all juniors, all starting again for St. James Academy.
Well, this team won by 25 at Olathe North on Tuesday, and that was their first win of the year after 3 early losses. And they really found their groove. Matt DeLeon has checked in as a guard up front. Also, Jonah Kanegi, a senior guard. And also Zach McKnight. So really, Summerhalder is the only starter out on the floor right now for the Thunder, who lead by 6. And a player control charge by St. Thomas Aquinas, and that'll go on Will Gavin.
Oh, that's Jonah Kanegi again. The senior coming off the bench, understanding his role, does a great job of getting set up right there. Again, Gavin tried to avoid the charge. Again, Carnegie got the call.
John Murphin is checked into the Aquinas lineup. Kind of interesting to see how this Thunder offense operates now. There's really only one starter out on the floor.
Again, if you're St. Thomas Aquinas, you're trying to identify shooters, who you can back off on, who you got to have a hard closeout to. Again, McIntyre, a streaky kid right there, got caught on the travel. Again, dead balls, scores, buckets will only allow St. James Academy to get this press set up.
Hand it off to Roast, the sophomore. There's Murphin seeing his first time. Like how he's improved. Tank Young with a long three. And we've got a rebounding foul coming up on Ryan Yankovic is just checked in. He's one of their bigs, a 6'5" junior forward, and he went flying in there trying to get the rebound. Instead got his first personal foul of the night.
Well, another good possession there by Carnegie. Again, a senior coming off the bench. Good, strong box out there.
McKnight working the baseline. Good defense by the Saints.
Again, the Thunder here, Kevin, are looking for nice crisp passes. Don't let the ball.
Well, they got it into a cutting McKnight, and he draws the foul and will shoot 2 free throws.
Well, Zach McKnight, a 6'6" senior, again, got injured, I believe, in preseason last year. Missed his entire junior year. Again, it's really kind of strong comeback here in the fall. Gotten bigger, stronger, making a big contribution off the bench.
Claiborne back in. Summerhalder out. St. Thomas Aquinas down by 6. Late first quarter. Hank Young. Reach-in foul. They're going to get De Leon with his first. Roast checking out. Cale Stats, one of the freshmen who we just saw in the JV action. Won by St. Thomas Aquinas earlier, 64-59 in a very good JV game. Let's see what the Saints do here. Murphin for 3, and he banks it in. Okay.
You know, Murphin had 15 points in a varsity game earlier this year, Cav, against Kansas City Christian, so I'm sure he's happy to get his first one down tonight.
Well, the coaching staff said he's one of their most improved players. He's a very good baseball player for Lauren Parks. McIntyre's 3, not there. Yankovic with the rebound for the Saints. Gavin, and it tipped away. Good defense by McIntyre. McKnight in the open floor with some nifty dribbling, draws the foul, and will shoot free throws. The freshman with the foul, Stats.
I think Coach Cooper Smith thought McKnight might have turned it over there on the bounce, but looked like his hand stayed on top of the ball the entire time. Again, nobody got the ball stopped all the way to the cup again. 2 more free throws for this young man.
And he's not connected from the foul stripe. It's been a while since the Thunder have scored a bucket. As Cahill back in, as you see the starters slowly filtering back in.
Coach Stan Dom again in his 8th year. Definitely tinkering all the time. Loves analytics. Loves to define a good shot. What's a good shot for them? What's a good shot for each individual player again? Really gives him freedom.
Nice drive and kick by Gavin, setting up Yankovic with his first bucket.
Oh, as you said, Kevin, that's St. James Academy's #1 concern, to keep Gavin and Young out of the paint right there. Nice penetration there by Gavin for 2.
Skip it all the way over. Carnegie for the 3, and he buries it. Jonah Carnegie.
Again, solid contributions off the bench for that young man. Again, when you talk to Coach Dom there, they want approximately 40% of their shots to come from the three-point line. Maybe get them off penetration, maybe get them off a skip path that we did right there. Again, Carnegie, right on time.
Double team on Gavin, dribbles away. Under a minute to play in your first quarter. 4-point lead for St. James Academy. As high as 6. Middle part of the first quarter, but we've seen St. Thomas Aquinas battle back. Gavin's 3 off the mark. Let's see if they want to hold for the final shot of the quarter, do the Thunder. And Cahill finds a seam and gets the layup. Tank Young from half court. Through rim. And that's the end of the first quarter. And St. James leading by 6 at the end of 1 as you're watching the Hy-Vee High School Game of the Week on Spectrum Sports. You're watching the Hy-Vee High School Game of the Week here on Spectrum Sports. Kevin White and the coach Mark Huppy, and a spirited first quarter with St. James leading by 6 as we get ready for the start of the second quarter. Once again, we mentioned this was a celebration of life for superfan Jim Maher. And Coach, this guy loved his Catholic schools. He loved basketball. He played his college ball back in the day at Creighton. And they've got a plaque now in the hallway as you enter the gym here at St. Thomas Aquinas. This was a special guy. He'll be missed. He passed away this past fall. He was in his early 80s, but this man loved his sports. What was his line? Never be late to mass and never be late to a basketball game.
I'll definitely be a beloved figure, Kevin. Again, knew every referee, every player, all the parents. A great ambassador for Catholic education and basketball in the city.
So many people I talked to this week, it seemed like the whole city knew him, and all the different stories, as Cahill having a huge first half now with 9 for the 4.0 student.
Excuse me, Kevin. Again, there's a lot of seams, a lot of gaps in that St. Thomas Aquinas zone right now, and Cahill's definitely taking advantage of those.
And I was at Olathe North watching St. James in action. I just happened to bump into the principal there at Olathe North, and he knew Jim Maher. I was like, wow, this guy's impact was all over the metro area and all the games he saw. Cahill's 3 not there. And we've got a foul coming up on St. James Academy. One of the stories I heard was from your son. As you take a look at the Mahers in attendance, they're sitting in his area there. And of course his wife, Rosemary, is the first on the second row. But your son told me an interesting story about how many games he would watch in a given day, whether it was a CYO game or a UMKC or Rockhurst University to a St. Thomas Aquinas game, as the freshman hits a 3. And that is Cahill's stats.
Yeah, Jim is legendary. Known in every single gymnasium in the city on the Kansas side. Again, never paid to get in any of those games. Everybody just kind of knew him, waved him in.
Well, Sam, he's got a 6-point first half going. I think Stan Dom told me that he actually met Jim in the CYO action as you get a traveling violation on Murphin. Stan had a son playing CYO basketball, and Jim had his grandson playing. That's when they first were to meet.
Jim played at Creighton University. I found an interesting thing out this week about Jim, Kevin. He actually roomed with legendary St. Louis Cardinal great Bob Gibson on the road. He played in the Creighton alumni game well into his 70s. I think he played in one at the age of 74, hit a couple threes, and just walked right off the court.
Yeah,
again, a special man.
People don't realize is Bob Gibson played college basketball as Garrett Lynch fouled on the inside. Everybody knows him as the Hall of Fame pitcher for the St. Louis Cardinals, who recently passed away. But yeah, Bob and Jim were Blue Jay basketball teammates.
Jim actually coached basketball here with me at St. Thomas Aquinas also. Again, he loved kids. His mother taught with me for a long time. Rosemary was a social studies teacher here, a head tennis coach, ran the teams for life. Again, very involved in St. Thomas Aquinas in all aspects. Again, they had 4 sons, 3 daughters. Again, loved to play tennis, loved basketball, loved people.
And he had a great sense of humor. And you talked to Coach Coopersmith. He said his emails were always funny and inspirational, and that's what really sticks out to me.
Well, there's no question about that. There was no punctuation, and very few words were spelled correctly, too. Very creative on that email, Kev.
And he was back at Omaha at Creighton University back in the 50s. Get back to action here. And how about the freshman with a hook shot? Stats.
Oh, there's no question. Stats played really well in the JV game, Kevin, and got some confidence again. Nice job by the young man.
Saved in play. Went right to St. Thomas Aquinas. Darius Mall in there, giving some good minutes. Alejo shot coming up short. Summerhalder back the other way, and this is where he's so good, Coach.
Oh, there's no question, Kevin. That is Sam's game right there. Reminds me of a big Scottie Pippen when he's pushing the ball on the floor right there. A 6'7" kid who can handle and finish.
Roast. Good look inside. Aleos to Murphy. Good ball movement by the Saints that time.
Oh, no question. Again, not much bounce right there. Playing off the pass again. Nice job inside by the Saints as they cut it to 5.
Every time you think the Thunder are going to run away with this one, the Saints come battling back.
Well, that's what Coach Coopersmith loves about this team. He said they all have great attitudes. They're averaging 16 assists per game this year. Last year, I think they only averaged 5 or 6. Unselfish kids, but again, St. James Academy, Lynch inside for 2.
Great look there by Hawthorne, who's back in after those 2 early fouls. He is one of their super sophomores. Here's Rose with a long 3, in and out. Hawthorne the rebound. They need Hawthorne on the floor. He's a star now. He's not a guy that usually when you see a sophomore playing varsity, you think future star. No, he's a star now. Here's Stats really feeling it right now. The freshman. Oh my goodness. Timeout, St. Thomas Aquinas.
Cale Stats, again, no fear at all. Catch and shoot from 3, keeping the Saints in it at this point in time.
He's got 8 first-half points, and of course his dad, Randy, played at Oklahoma State back in the day and finished up at Washburn, but this young fella says, I might be a 9th grader, but I can play with all these older kids.
Well, I love the emotion he shows, too. He gets happy when he scores, supports his teammates, plays with a lot of energy and enthusiasm. Again, there you see Coach Jay Coopersmith drawing something up. Again, as Kevin said earlier, teaches honors biology. And I asked him what he's really emphasizing this year with such a young team and not that much experience. He said they're emphasizing 4 things: honesty, trust, loyalty, and love. He's got a young team, a balanced team, more sharing the ball. Again, he's really excited about this team's opportunities, despite the fact that they've lost their first 4 games. They have great attitudes and great enthusiasm.
And his wife, Erin, is a teacher in the Blue Valley District. They have a 1-year-old son, Evan, and another baby on the way this summer. So the Coopersmith household going to heat up.
No question. Yeah, Jake was a fine player here at St. Thomas Aquinas. Again, went to Kansas State University, was a graduate assistant for 5 years, disciple of Frank Martin, Bob Huggins, Brad Underwood. All those guys are tight with Coach Coopersmith.
Hank Young fouled by McIntyre and will shoot free throws. Coopersmith also a football linebacker in the fall, so 2006 graduate, so he's in his early 30s as you take a look at Tank Young, the excellent running back. Kind of fought injuries his senior campaign, but still finished with, what, 5,800 yards and 83 touchdowns on his career. So
you just think about that, Kevin. Those numbers are just crazy. 83 touchdowns in a 4-year career for, again, Tank Young. And again, shows great leadership here on the basketball court. Again, looks like he's right in stride here. No football legs in that young man.
Yeah, he saw his first action in their last game, and they're kind of working him back in slowly. He comes from football action to basketball action. Sometimes the players are a little banged up or not quite as cardio conditioned, so they slowly bring him back in. The Tank's pretty good shape. As the zone is set up by the Saints, Hawthorne shoots over it and buries it. Brian Hawthorne.
Oh, nice look there by Matthew McIntyre. Again, a skip to the backside. They screen the low man in the zone. Again, you look at a number of these St. James Academy kids have that much time, catch and shoot with their feet set. They're going to shoot a good percentage.
3 not there by A.J. Antonio. Hawthorne nearly had it stolen. Quickly work it to Summerhalder. Now back out front to Cahill, and they'll reset the offense.
Again, the Saints doing a good job keeping a manageable deficit right here, Kevin. Again, down by 5.
Hawthorne, the great assist by Summerhalter, and that's just great work on the baseline, setting up the 6'7" junior.
Oh, Brian Hawthorne fills the stat sheet up. Again, I've said he might be one of those few high school kids at some point in his career the next 2 or 3 years might actually have a triple-double. He can pass the ball, he goes to the board strong, an unselfish kid who can get his own when he needs to.
And again, that lead is now 7. Here's Roast putting it on the floor, bumped and fouled by Claiborne. Let's look at Hawthorne working the baseline here, Coach.
It's perfect execution right there. A little shake right there. When he's putting the ball on the deck, he's putting on the ball on the deck to establish the paint, not to score himself, to get to somebody else. Again, very unselfish young player.
And now he leaves the lineup.
Oh, Coach Dom got 6 good minutes for him with his 2 fouls, Kevin, as you said.
Nice leaner there by Tank Young, who has 8 first-half points. McIntyre goes right hand, and Roast will get the foul. Roast thought he got it clean by his reaction in the paint.
He's looking over at you, Kevin, on that one.
Hey, well, I don't have a whistle, so McIntyre to shoot free throws for St. James Academy.
Again, Matthew McIntyre, I believe in February of his sophomore year, tore his ACL, had an ankle surgery tied into that. Really did not play any basketball at all for 20 months, and he's a basketball junkie. Played all the AAU teams in his grade school career, etc. Coming back for his senior year, working himself into condition again. They really need big minutes for him.
Free throws not going down for St. James Academy, and a 5-point lead is where they stand now. Just over a minute left before halftime. Here's Gavin for 3. That would have been a big bucket. In and out. Thunder back the other way. Hyvee at the half coming up.
Looks like just the first possession of man-to-man that St. Thomas Aquinas. Little adjustment right here.
Carnegie got good position. Bucket and the foul. That's just a smart player taking advantage of the defense. And he'll have a chance at the 3-point play. Jonah Carnegie.
Now, I'm sure Coach Cooper Smith will address that at halftime also. That's one of their non-negotiables at all. Don't give up the baseline, keep the ball out of the paint. Again, Carnegie, big, strong upper body, used it, took the hit, finished it through the contact.
Now, Carnegie was in double figures along with 3 other teammates, 4 in double figures in the Tuesday win at Olathe North. Now back to a big lead of 8 for St. James Academy as we go under a minute to go before Hyvee at the half.
Again, here's A.J. Antonio there, Kevin, the junior. He's smooth, he's a lefty. He's learning their system, a long kid. Coach Cooper Smith really expects big things from him.
Aleos, a little off-balance 1-foot shot.
Oh, he's billed as a kid who can really get buckets at different levels. Again, creative finish in there. So they cut it to 6.
Near steal by the Saints. I imagine that the Thunder would hold for the final shot of the second quarter, as now they've kind of spread the floor.
Let's see if St. Thomas Aquinas matches up man-to-man for the last 12 seconds here. Looks like they have.
Hand off to Carnegie. Now to Claiborne, back to Carnegie for the 3-ball. Long rebound. And that is halftime. In this boys EKL matchup, St. James Academy led it throughout the first half. By as high as 8, they lead it by 6 at the break. 35-29 as you're watching the Hy-Vee High School Game of the Week here on Spectrum Sports on a special night honoring Jim Maher. And we're ready for the start of the third quarter. St. James attacking the basket to our left in the road red jerseys. St. Thomas Aquinas in a zone in the home whites. And we've got a special guest, Coach, as this is a celebration of life for the legendary Jim Maher. Introduce our guest here.
This is Matt Martin. I coached Matt with when he was younger. Jim Maher's grandson. Again, and Matthew, you had a special relationship with your grandpa. Why don't you talk a little bit about that?
Absolutely. Thank you guys for having me. Yeah, we're excited to honor him here tonight. He loved basketball. It was a big part of his life, big part of our relationship together. And saw many a games in this gym, that's for sure. Never met a coach, player, referee that he wasn't friends with.
Well, there's no question about that. He always had pearls of wisdom for every player, too. I remember my boys who played here. Your grandpa Jim would always talk to them about wash your hands before every game, wash your hands at halftime, way ahead of himself as far as the pandemic goes, but it'll increase your touch, make you a little bit better shooter. And anything you remember from what he said to you?
He was huge on stocking caps. He thought that if you left the gym without a stocking cap on, you were doomed. So
did he ever wear one?
Oh, my gosh. If you were to paint a picture of him, he'd be wearing one.
Yeah, I know that. Did you ever get to see him play in the alumni games as he got into his 60s?
I did. There was one game I wasn't at physically that's on tape, a Creighton alumni game, I think when he was in his 70s, where he goes like 4 for 4 from 3 in the second quarter. He might be the oldest guy by 25 years. It's a pretty funny video.
And just walked off the court.
That's
didn't
right.
say anything.
Yeah.
Just left. Well, I thank you for spending some time with us. It's a special night for obviously your grandmother, Rosemary, and all your relatives over there, and a great man, and thanks a lot, man, for coming.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
My man. Bye-bye.
Thanks for the time, Matt. And we get back to the action here. Down by 5, St. Thomas Aquinas. With the basketball, here's Tank Young just bullying his way inside and drawing the foul. And quick early second half fouls on the Thunder, and 2 free throws now for Tank Young.
Oh, it's so hard to keep Tank out of the paint there, Kevin. Once he gets going downhill, again, he uses that strong base, that strong upper body to ward a defender off. Again, getting to the line here again for 2.
And Tank in double figures. And a pair of free throws.
I tell you what, that free throw stroke looks good, doesn't it, Kev?
Yeah.
It really does. Nice and settled on the line, has a nice routine.
Average 11 points per game did Tank last year, and then Summerhalder just works his way on the inside. He's having a big game. He's got 12 points to lead the Thunder in scoring.
Now the 6'7" junior, that's where he is really effective, Kevin. On the baseline, throwing out of the double, finishing himself.
Now the double team works. Cahill with the steal. Cahill gonna attack the rim. Tip in is good by Lynch.
Oh, that's Garrett Lynch, is the epitome of his game. Again, He's a bulldog around the rim, a physical player. Nice tip in.
And Tank Young just too fast. He draws the foul and will shoot some more free throws.
Here we go. The Thunder getting into a trap right there on the wing. Again, Cahill on the fly. Sees a little seam in there. Pushes it hard. Cuts the ball inside. Can't get it down. But again, Garrett Lynch. Nice offensive rebound there for 2.
Third foul on Claiborne as Tank Young got the free throw stroke working. Carnegie in, Claiborne out. Claiborne has 3 personal fouls. That's why he's leaving the lineup for the Thunder.
Again, Coach Dom over there learned a lot from his father, especially at the defensive end. His dad was the head coach of Medicine Lodge for 29 years. The multiple defensive looks that we're seeing here tonight definitely taking the Saints out of their rhythm.
Summerhalter can't get the reverse layup down. The rebounding foul whistled on St. James.
Again, what Aquinas is trying to do here, Kevin, offensively, clearly space the floor, play a little 5-out, create driving angles. If they're going to get a 3, they want it to be on a skip pass or an inside-out look. Again, Saints hanging in here, only 6 down on their home court.
Last foul was on Lynch. That's now 5 team fouls on St. James, none on St. Thomas Aquinas, as we're just a few minutes into the third quarter, as St. Thomas Aquinas trying to rally on their home floor. Murphin in there, roast the tough Carnegie defense.
Big possession here for St. Thomas Aquinas. You can feel the momentum building here. It would be really big for them if they can get a jumper down.
And here's Aleos with a wild shot there as he tried to bank it. Hawthorne back the other way. The Euro step, the bucket, and the foul.
Big time run to the rim there by the young sophomore, Kevin. Nice call on the Euro step again. Head up, nice high finish off through contact. Again, you young players, he's pushing and pushing, but nobody gets in his way. Again, Roast a little bit late on the block right there. Again, Hawthorne here trying to complete a 3-point play.
Hawthorne had 15 on Tuesday. He's got 9 here in this one, so this is a hot basketball player. The 6'1" sophomore played as a freshman, averaged 6 and 3 as we get a timeout on the floor. Let's get to our Hy-Vee first half highlights.
Well, here we see coming out against St. James Academy in their half-court pressure right there, deflection. Again, senior Michael Cahill on the run there with a nice finish. Again, he's a catch-and-shoot kid. He can put it on the deck. His handle is so much better than it used to be. Again, not a lot of help there of St. Thomas Aquinas right there. Again, here we go, Cahill again, taking Gavin off the bounce. Nice high finish off the board. And here's the young freshman again, stats, number 20. I'd never seen him play. We saw him in the JV game, Kevin. Lit it up there. Again, gained confidence in that 6 o'clock game. Again, and here at 7:30 with the bright lights on, no question, he came out firing. Kept St. Thomas Aquinas in the game in the second quarter.
They've got also freshman Will Lewis as a 9th grader who they have high expectations for. So 2 good-looking guards in the freshman class for the Saints, who come out of the timeout down 44-35. McKnight the foul, trying to cover Roast. That's now 6 team fouls on the Thunder as Yankovic and the aforementioned stats checking in.
Nice execution there on the part of Jake Cooper-Smith Saints again. You'd like to get Roast going, let him catch the ball on the perimeter. Again, a closeout by McKnight. A little too hard as Roast got fouled.
Tank Young had it blocked on the drive. Back the other way. Summerhalter on the assist from Cahill with a chance at the 3-point play. And this big guy, the junior at 6'7", runs the floor so well, Coach.
Oh, no question. That's his biggest strength, in my opinion, Kevin. Finishes, runs the court again. Again, a lot of mid-major conversation with Sam Summerhalter. He's heard from David Lipscomb, Northern Iowa, Drake again. Has aspirations to play at the highest level possible again. Big run to the rim right there as the Thunder opens it up to 11.
And comes up empty on the free throw as he has a game-high 14, and Now a big lead of 11. The Saints working to get some backcourt pressure.
Again, Coach Tom talking about not only one to pressure after made free throws, not only one to pressure after makes or dead ball situation, etc. They're pressing after misses also. They really want to take them out of their offense.
Murphin. Now the steal by Summerhalter. And he'll scoop and score. Murphin went for the steal. Timeout. St. Thomas Aquinas. The 6'7" junior now with a game-high 16, and a big lead opened up now by the Thunder.
Again, all those different looks of the defensive end right here, different trap areas. Nice hard ball to wing denial right there by Summerhalter again. So many ways he can finish going to the cup. Again, here we're looking at the St. James Academy huddle right there. Again, Stan Dom, as you said, Kevin, in his 8th year. A math teacher. He's got 4 young kids. Does a great job in the overall program here at St. James Academy. Again, he is the all-time in the state of Kansas leading free throw percentage shooter. I think Connor Frankamp made a run at him 4 or 5 years ago, but Coach Dom still has that record. Talks a lot about his college coach, Mark Potter. Loved him. He played at Hutchinson Community College for Tim Jankovic there. Still keeps in touch with both those coaches, kind of sees them as a mentor to him along with his father.
Hey, Coach, we're going to step aside for the St. Thomas Aquinas High School play-by-play and analysts as we check in with Timmy Novacek and also Joey LaBella, produced by Michael Payne. Take it away, young fellas.
And stat shot, a little bit short. Leo's there for the rebound, and that's a foul. And now Aquinas will be shooting for the bonus.
Leo's been taking a beating this second half, it seems like.
And there it is.
Free throws keeping the Saints in this game right now.
And free throws for the Thunder, keeping them out of it.
Get in there.
That ball will go in.
Get in there.
Leo's going to be taken out, and Gavin's going to be brought in for the Saints.
How'd that pass get through there?
I was just thinking the exact same thing. Thunder running a little bit more rapid offense now. Trying to get the Saints to fall apart. And Cahill's wide open three will be missed, and another shot missed. And Young there to cause some havoc. And Stats there to end up with that.
Great work on the boards.
Murphin slings it to Yank, who slings it to Gavin, who gets the end one! Oh, no, it'll be a charge.
We had two refs calling different things there.
Ref's not in agreement on that call.
Boy.
I don't know if his feet were planted on that one.
I sure didn't think so, Timmy.
And I'd say Cooper Smith also in agreement with us.
Yeah. It's a 3rd foul on Gavin as well. Something to look out for. Boy, that's a big momentum swing there on that call.
Everything was so clean up until that moment.
All right, thanks, guys. That is the St. Thomas Aquinas High School play-by-play team of Timmy Novacek and Joey LaBella, produced by Michael Payne. As we get back to action here, late 3rd quarter, and St. Thomas Aquinas keeps hanging around here, Coach. And with the foul situation, 4 fouls come. They're going to be shooting free throws in the bonus. So that's another way. If you want to come back in a game, you can score with the clock stop. But it's an 11-point lead for the Thunder. Trying to win their second this week. And that's a big 3 for Tank Young.
Tank Young is such a competitor, such a gamer. Realize his team needs a little offense there, not afraid to take a big shot.
He is definitely a confident senior guard for St. Thomas Aquinas. Somerhalder, the drive and kick. McKnight wide open, buries the baseline jumper.
Again, there's seams in that zone. Claiborne, Somerhalder, Carnegie, all of them getting in those gaps, creating help, getting an easy shot for a teammate. McKnight there for 2.
Tank Young feeling it.
Bang.
And moves to the other wing and sticks the 3.
Oh, young fella, keep him in it. Nice job, Tank.
He's got 17, and he is the game's leading scorer now for St. Thomas Aquinas. Somerhalder has 16, so they've been the big stars for each side.
Oh, Tank had an incredible football career, but again, looks like if he had devoted himself a little bit more to basketball, he's got college skills in basketball also, I think, Kevin.
And Somerhalder will draw the foul and will shoot free throws. It's so hard to stay in front of this 6'7" junior when he's attacking the basket. As they'll get the foul this time on Yankovic. 2 free throws here for the junior.
On Sam, Somerhalder, and Garrett Lynch, both of them missed the first.
That's 2 air balls here in the ball game. Sam might want to work on the free throw shooting. But other than that, his game is very good.
Anyway, both of them missed the first 3 games. Obviously, so many high schools, colleges, pro teams dealing with COVID-related mitigations, et cetera. Again, I think Coach Dom told me St. James Academy has only had 4 practices all year, but their entire team has been there. So let's see if they can get on a run here.
Sam will check out. Cahill back in.
Again, you really got to admire St. Thomas Aquinas here, Kevin. It doesn't seem like a lot has been going their way so far, but again, an 8-point deficit, a little over 9 minutes to go, definitely within striking distance.
See Darius Mall checking back in. Stats, the freshman who had the big first half. And now Cahill gets the steal, but he traveled as he was looking back for a teammate to outlet the ball to. The official there said that he traveled and will go back to St. Thomas Aquinas.
Well, that's Michael Cahill out front. Again, active hands, active feet, always the first one on the floor for a loose ball. Again, referee had him on a travel there.
Tank Young, drive and kick. Murphin the 3. Nice rebound there by Oleos, and he's fouled on the stick back.
Again, that's Alejos' game, Kevin. Again, just talking to Coach Cooper Smith. Talks about sometimes in practice he'll just take over for a few minutes. Definitely his skill set is more slanted towards the offensive end. Again, chased an offensive rebound right there, got to the line.
Last foul on Carnegie. Oleos, according to assistant coach Mark Nussbaum, the Hall of Famer, says Oleos has really come on as of late.
If Coach Nussbaum says it, take it to the bank, baby, with his rich history.
Yeah, with that resume, yeah. With state championships at Liberty and Rockhurst and all those wins, yeah.
Oh, we still got his son, Drew, who was a great player here at St. Thomas Aquinas, playing up at Morningside College again. I was checking in about him before the game started again. A great asset, obviously, to the young coach, Jake Cooper Smith, having Mark Nussbaum on the bench.
Winding it down on the third quarter. Here's Cahill going to work. Drive and kick. De Leon for 3. Yes! That is a big hoop. 11-point lead for the Thunder after 3. As it's the little guard, Matt De Leon, burying a 3 out of the corner. And that's how things wrap up in the third quarter on the Hy-Vee High School Game of the Week. Hy-Vee scoring by the quarters and pretty balanced scoring throughout. St. James Academy, though, has led throughout, Coach, and seems like every time they get a comfortable lead, St. Thomas Aquinas fights back. But what should we expect here in the final 8 minutes of this boys EKL matchup?
Well, if I'm Coach Cooper Smith, I'm definitely creating more pressure defensively, trying to get the Thunder to turn it over a little bit. Again, awesome execution down the stretch there. Matthew DeLeon, number 3, St. James Academy. A big 3 at the buzzer as to open up the lead to 11.
Saints in white with the basketball, down by double figures. Aleos, boy, that's not a trick shot that he's making. He hit one earlier in the first half where he fades on his back foot and flips it up there. Aleos in double figures with 11.
Oh, you said it, Kevin. That's a little Dirk Nowitzki right there again. Great bounce by the young man. Beautiful release up top, cutting it to 9.
Cahill to Lynch. DeLeon out there. Also McIntyre and Carnegie. And the Road Red of St. James Academy out of Lenexa. Congratulations to their football team and Coach Tom Radke as they won a state championship this year. Coach Radke watching the action tonight. Got to talk to him prior to the game. Well, what a season for the Thunder in football. As we're under 7 minutes to play in regulation, and Thunder team coming off a 25-point win on Tuesday, trying to go back-to-back road wins for a team that started with a couple of losses. As Cahill with the bucket and the foul. Boy, this senior guard coach just grabbed the game.
Here you see Michael Cahill again, a 45-52nd possession right there. It seems like St. Thomas Aquinas are gaining more and more confidence at their defensive end. Again, Cahill breaking him down all the way to the cup. An emotional finish as he tries to complete a 3-point play.
3 of the starters back in, and Summerhalder, Hawthorne, and Claiborne. 2 of the 3 fighting a little bit of foul jeopardy as Cahill to try to complete the 3-point play.
Oh, Michael's going to play somewhere next year. He loves the game, loves to hoop, the gym rat mentality that he's got. Again, he's more athletic than you think, too. He's fast, he's quick, he's got hops.
Last free throw no good as crossing the line and get back to action. Here's Gavin back the other way. His brother Isaiah was a football and basketball player here as well. Leos the miss. Cahill eyes up, trying to feed a bounce pass. It's intercepted. Tank Young back the other way to roast off glass.
Again, poor choice in transition right there by Michael Cahill, turning it over, getting the Saints out in transition. Again, Kevin, this is where you really miss the student crowd here. This is St. Thomas Aquinas home game. Always a sensational crowd here. Again, you can see the kids on their bench and their coaching staff all up trying to encourage them to get a stop.
Here's Hawthorne. Foul by Gavin. Count the basket.
Oh, young fella. Come on now, Brian Hawthorne right there again. Finding a gap. Getting hard in that seam right there. Again, nice underhanded finish through the contact.
He's got double figures tonight. Back-to-back games. Also the 4th foul on Gavin, one of the key members of this St. Thomas Aquinas team. Gavin to drive, and the foul by Claiborne. So Gavin says, well, you can do it to me, I'll do it to you on the other end, and he'll have a chance at the 3-point play.
Oh, that's what we've been waiting for. Number 10, Will Gavin again. His dad was a great player at Kansas State University, former head coach of Bishop Ward High School. And again, Will putting the ball on the deck, finishing right there. Again, he's getting about 14 a game this year. He needs to have a big 4th quarter here to get the Saints back in it.
Claiborne with 4 fouls will leave the lineup. Carnegie back in. Stats, the freshman, back in as well. Well, it's single digits. And now you're seeing that pressure you were talking about. They want to try to apply some backcourt pressure, but Cahill, the veteran leader that he is, will handle it easily. Summerhalder, look at this move. count the basket and the foul. Taking it to the rim. This guy is so explosive.
Oh, you talk about length and playing along. Again, big long stride there, 25 feet out. Again, 2 hard dribbles, gets him all the way to the cup. Again, beautiful finish for Sam Summerholter. A very, very bright future for this young man.
Definitely a college player as you see his game. 20 for the junior at 6'7". He is a Division I prospect, 3rd team All-EKL last year. Leos had it poked free, but he was able to collect it, keep the possession alive. Tank Young to the rack.
Tank Young, explosive to the rim.
Boy, 19 to lead St. Thomas Aquinas, the lead down to 10. As Cahill working against Gavin. 5 minutes to play in regulation. St. James Academy is led throughout. Here's Hawthorne handing off. And that is just magic there with those two on the floor, Hawthorne and Summerholder.
Oh, good solid fundamental play by the young sophomore there. 2-foot jump stop, chinned the ball, got strong with it. Again, found Summerholder for 2.
Gavin with a 15-footer straight on.
Oh, this is the game we expected too, Kevin. Gavin coming on here in the 4th quarter. Teamed up with Tank Young out on the perimeter. Trying to keep the Saints in it.
McIntyre goes off glass. Aleos weaving his way through traffic and puts it up and in. Garrett Aleos.
Again, nice job by Garrett in transition. Good no call there by referee Pete Canizaro. Not enough contact there to call anything.
Hawthorne, Summerholder. These guys have been a combination tonight. I'm telling you, they play well together. It's a great combo.
You said it, Kevin. Coach Cooper has to be frustrated with the lack of help there on Summerholder and Hawthorne's penetration, and Cahill for that matter.
Summerholder gonna repay Hawthorne. He goes behind the back, fancy, and we get a timeout by the Thunder.
Nice call there by Coach Daum on that timeout. Again, here we see St. Thomas Aquinas out in transition again, dancing around McIntyre. Nice finish inside. Cahill tries to take the charge. Again, not enough contact there for anything at all. And here we see Sam Summerholder. He's big, he's strong, he's long, he's getting better every day.
And speaking of the football coach, there he is, Tom Radke. Congratulations. We mentioned St. James with that football championship, beating Ark City. And coach, they took some losses in the EKL, but they came out with their first ever football state championship, and it is huge there in Lenexa.
Oh, it was sweet. There's no question. Again, Coach Radke, my assistant athletic director. He's detailed, he's passionate, a great faith-filled man of character again. Gary Spaney was out at our banquet Wednesday night, presented Coach Radke with the Kansas City Chiefs Metro Area Football Coach of the Year. Again, does it all at St. James Academy. He's talking to our freshman basketball coach over there, Coach Jane Bishop, who does a wonderful job with our younger kids.
Out of the Thunder timeout. They have the big lead at 10. Let's see if they want to run some clock. 3.5 to go. Hawthorne working against the freshman.
A little pattern 5-out spread here. Try to run some clock. Not really sure if Coach Daum wants to lay up only here, but I'd be surprised if St. James Academy took any more threes down the stretch. Take care of the ball, hit some free throws, try to close things out.
Here's Hawthorne down the baseline, draws the foul, and will shoot 2. Stats, the freshman with the foul.
Again, that baseline drive's been effective all night long, Kevin, for St. James Academy.
Hawthorne got some early fouls, but another solid effort for this sophomore as you see his night.
Oh, that's a sign of maturity too, Kevin. Again, for the young sophomore, as you said, 2 fouls in the first 3 or 4 minutes. Coach Daum sat him out for the rest of the half. Again, A lot of coaches might hold somebody out for the sat him out for the rest of the quarter, put him in immediately in the second quarter, showed some confidence in the young man, and it's really paid off. He's had a great floor game here in the second half.
Well, he had 15 on Tuesday. He's got 13 tonight, does the sophomore Brian Hawthorne. Murphin the three out of the corner. Hawthorne the rebound and wants to push it. Summerhalter his running mate. Saints catch up and set up the defense and deny the bucket that time.
Looks like Coach Cooper Smith is trying to get into a little run and jump scramble here. Tank just missed that steal there, Kevin.
Yeah, he nearly able to get that pass. And there it is, Hawthorne to Summerhalter. And we got a foul. Free throws coming up here for Summerhalter, and if that's on Will Gavin, he is disqualified. That'll be his fifth, and he will leave the game at the 2:27 mark to play in regulation. As you take a look at the junior at the foul stripe, had a couple of air balls, but I think he's righted the ship on that. Well, maybe not. Still, this guy is an exciting player, and when you see him get out there teaming with Hawthorne, boy, that is something special. They got something brewing there for the Thunder.
Oh, that two-man game has worked all night long here in the second half, Kevin. And again, St. James Academy not playing with the two post players. A lot of kids who can handle it, a lot of kids who can shoot it.
Leos missing the three, but 25 for Summerhalter and Coach Dom was happy Tuesday. Came out of the locker room and said 4 in double figures. You got to love that. He was very happy with the win. His team won at Olathe North, trying to win here at St. Thomas Aquinas and go to 1-0. I believe this game will count toward the EKL, won't it, Coach?
Absolutely.
And here's Carnegie to Summerhalter. Oh, man, the passing is tremendous by the Thunder.
Again, Summerhalter gets the deuce, but you young players, Jonah Carnegie, number 31, has taken charges tonight. Played great defense, boxed out, done all the little things that you need a senior to do. Had a great floor game.
Leos a little short on the runner. Summerhalter has 27 game-high points as he holds on the baseline.
Again, there's no question, better days ahead for St. Thomas Aquinas here. They are playing a lot of young players. Got great play tonight by Tank Young. But again, I'm sure they'll play better down the stretch here as we get into post-Christmas break play, Kevin.
Will Roast got the steal. There's just over a minute left. Roast posting and a pushing foul on Hawthorne. I know Brian is a little frustrated by the fouls, but and has to leave the lineup when you get those cheap fouls like that. That's the things you want to clean up on your game if you want to stay out on that floor, Coach, and
no question,
be a future star like he is.
Oh, I'm just laughing at him. He's an emotional kid, plays with great emotion, and usually helps him for the most part. But again, young kids now, if they call a foul on you, you get the facial expressions, you get the body language like, who, me? I didn't foul anybody. Brian, you fouled him.
Carnegie at midcourt does the wise thing, trying to run clock.
Oh, Carnegie knows his game. That's critical for young players. Doesn't try to do what he can't do. Passes the ball. He's a ball mover. Doesn't let it stick.
The Thunder looking to go to 2-3, 1-0 in the league.
Again, Brian Hawthorne's sister, Faith, a great player at St. James Academy. She's in her senior year also.
Thunder fans cheering on the ball movement and the clock running as they're going to get 2 road wins this week as we get a foul on Darius Mall. That'll send Cahill to the stripe. But I saw them play Tuesday night at Olathe North, and I'll tell you what, I saw them play earlier in the year at Blue Valley North, and they didn't have all their options available. When all the options are available, this team is going to be tough.
Oh, the pace of this game was definitely in the favor of the Thunder tonight. And as you said, Blue Valley North, just another EKL team that's loaded this year and kind of took it to them, to the undermanned Thunder that night. But again, Coach Tom really had them ready to play tonight. They played a great floor game, 9 players deep.
And there's another free throw coming for Cahill. As
Michael's going to be mad missing those 2, I'll tell you that.
Well, this is a big night for you, Coach. You coached both these places, and I know you have love for St. Thomas Aquinas and also the Thunder of St. James. But tell you what, the celebration of life for Jim Maher. It was a fun Friday night here as we approach Christmas. Let's listen in to the student broadcast on Halo with Timmy Novacek and Joey Labella, produced by Michael Payne.
And Young's going to try to do it again, and he does!
There we go.
Young, back-to-back threes for the Saints.
Now, start feeding the hot hand. Give it to Tank. Seems like football.
Back-to-back road wins for the Thunder of St. James Academy as they won by 25 on Tuesday at Olathe North and by 10 tonight as we take a look at the season records. And that Mark Cuppy is one of yours, Coach. Pretty good three-point shooter, just a good overall basketball player, but a good night tonight for the Thunder.
No question. The St. James Academy led by Sam Summerholder, the 6'7" junior. A wide array of skills tonight. Got to the cup, finished, got to the line, etc. Big night for Summerholder, but also a big night honoring Jim Maher, super fan, St. Thomas Aquinas.
Great to see his family here. Tank Young would lead St. Thomas Aquinas in scoring. Unofficially had 19. Your final 70-60. St. James wins it. Special thanks to our school ADs, Sarah Burgess and Mark Cuppy. Thanks to our coaches, Stan Dom and Jacob Coopersmith. Our producer, Joe Novacek, for Mark Cuppy and our entire Spectrum Sports broadcasting crew. Kevin White saying so long from St. Thomas Aquinas. Our final once again, the Thunder over the Saints by 10, 70-60, as we say goodnight and happy holidays from Overland Park.